You can finally check out every new unit with the Summer Part 2 update in Anime Last Stand. So the most recent Godly Free Run update came with kind of two halves of the update. We got the Summer Part 2 units, which I have here, and then we got the Free Run units, which I already have a video on. If you're wondering how to get these units, let me actually show you before the breaches go away. The Evo items for them, at least for the three ones that are on the Summer banner, are in the breaches here for 500 tokens each. You get Flame Queen, Delty, and Herribel all from the Summer banner. There's a chance for them to be on banner, it's not guaranteed. And it took me a very long time to get Flame Queen off here, but I finally got it. Okay, again, sorry this took forever. Hopefully a couple of you will still be helped by this video. But we have Delta here. So she's going to have Dismantle on placement and deal extra dot damage and extra crit damage if enemies are below 50% HP. Then she has the Feral Rage passive, which is kind of like a bar above her head you can see there. And every attack she's going to gain 0.5% damage with a cap of 15%, and gain plus 1% range with a cap of 30%. Increase rage meter by 1 with a cap of 30, so you need to attack 30 times. Once the max stats are reached, enter rage mode for 60 seconds, gaining the following buffs. Place her dismantled effect with the Mutilate effect, which is actually really strong. You can see that right there doing 200% of her damage. 20% range buff, which is good for full AoE, and then after rage mode ends, we are going to reset all buffs and set the rage meter to 0. Before the rage bar, she's actually doing not that bad for having dismantle and full AoE and hybrid on placement. Only 800 cost by the way, and triple S everything glitch glorious and crit range skill tree. Because she has such a quick SPA with 1.66 on placement, she can actually max out the rage bar pretty quick, and then gain Mutilate, which is a huge damage spike. So overall, looking really solid. The effect is not too crazy, but let's just kind of keep upgrading her here. Damage is going up for pretty cheap so far. Piercing Claws in upgrade 5, she's now a line AoE, but she's doing really good damage, especially in the rage mode form. Keep going, keep going. A little bit more expensive now, Uncontrolled Crash on upgrade 9. We have another line AoE, which is a little bit wider, but yeah, unfortunate she's not full AoE in a final upgrade, but she's doing 470 mil at 3.33 with the dismantled effect, and of course when she goes into rage mode, she'll have a lot more damage and gain Mutilate. 515 mil for 3.33, line AoE with the Mutilate effect. So she's actually doing really good. I think this unit is very solid. Moving on to Herribel for 650, doing 1.7 mil every 4.2 seconds. She does have the soaked effect, she is a circular AoE, and she has the passives Boiling Raryoku. Once an enemy has been in range for 15 seconds, apply Burn every 30 seconds until death. Evaporating Surge. If there are 20 plus enemies in range with the soaked effect on them, grant all water element units in range a weak burn for 60 seconds, so 50% uptime on that kind of weak burn thing. I do think the Evaporating Surge passive has some potential as like a gimmick buff. I'll kind of upgrade her while I'm yapping. But imagine like, because Cosmic Garo is a water unit, and he has the, whatever it is mode that can get him into like doing 5 billion damage temporarily. Luna Amarilla, I don't know. Line AoE. And she is doing 116 mil or 4.9, her damage is going up. I mean, pretty okay for having Avatar, but upgrade 9, she's going to gain Waterfall and the ability Tsunami. So circular AoE now. And if we max her out here, 632 mil every 5.6 seconds, which is not that bad. So her raw damage is actually pretty good, but I do think she's probably more support oriented than anything. And she is a little bit expensive to max out there with a total cost of about 900k. The Tsunami ability, upon activation deal 10 times her damage, plus 20 times the number of water element units in range, with a cap of 150 times. Gain 10% damage per water element unit in range for 60 seconds with a cap of plus 50%. It applies soak to enemies in range for 60 seconds, grant all water units in range soaked for a minute. She's kind of a support for a very niche build, water units only. But, I mean, she's not that bad. I think there's a lot of potential with the Evaporating Surge passive, kind of granting weak burn to like Cosmic Garo with this 5 billion damage. But I don't know, we'll have to see how that plays out. For now, she's not too great. I would say she's the worst one. Oh, I didn't actually show Herribel ability animation properly. The Tsunami does have an effect there, kind of throws out a wave. I accidentally disabled the wrong setting. Anyways, we'll be checking out Flame Queen now. So triple S everything, Avatar Glorious, and no skill tree. She is 2k to place, and she is doing 3.64 mil every 4.86 seconds. She does also have the Sunburn effect, doing 6.37 mil, and she is a hybrid circle AoE on placement. She has the passive Magic Zone. For every second an enemy is in her range, take plus 2% dot damage from all fire-related dot sources, with a cap of 40% extra dot damage. Then every 3 attacks have a 5% chance to give a random fire element unit in her range burn for 10 seconds. I'm not sure if that would actually apply, If the unit already has burn, that might be pretty bad. But for every fire element unit in range, the chance of that happening is increased by 2.5%, with a cap of 15% total. Firepaw. When creating an enemy that has sunburn applied, which she applies sunburn, so that might happen pretty often, she's going to buff the chance of magic zone happening by 2% for 30 seconds, stackable up to 10%. And then when not creating an enemy that has solar flames applied, buff self crit chance by 5% with a cap of 35%. Once it deals 2 crits with the buff chance, reset the chance buff and inflict burn. So if she's critting something that has sunburn, she does the first half. If she's not critting something that has solar flame applied, she's going to buff her crit chance and then lose it and do burn. If we upgrade her here, she's pretty cheap so far, 4k, 6.5k, 9k. So this unit is a burn buffer, but it looks like really good damage already so far. Not too expensive either. Kind of getting up there though. She got a new attack, Inferno Barrage, by the way, upgrade 6, I forgot to mention. She became a line AoE. But Inferno Purgatory, upgrade 12, she's now full AoE, with the blue flame and sunburn passives here. Doing 388 mil every 6.26 seconds. Again, no skill tree. So, I personally think this unit is really good. Full AoE for only about actually 700k to get to upgrade 12 for full AoE blue flame, which is a fire buff, and then also doing really good damage. It's kind of like a niche burn buffer, but at the same time just a really good unit with really solid damage. But now we're going to be checking out Noir, the Battle Pass unit, which I did get Glitch and Glorious on. She'll plus everything, Glitch Glorious, no skill tree. This is the shiny form, but she's doing 1.91 mil over 2.78 seconds, line AoE, pretty small range, hybrid on placement for only 1.5k. She does have bleed, doing 2.68 mil over 6 seconds, and she has the passive Combo Chain Mastery. This unit hits in 10 hit intervals, every 5 attacks guarantee a crit. After the 10 hit interval, switch to Heavy Weapon, which we see there. For 5 hits, Heavy Weapon is going to increase her damage by 10% and gain 15% range. On the final hit of Heavy Weapon, this attack is a guaranteed crit. Detonation, of course, is actually really good, dealing 4 times her damage. So pretty RNG there, 5% chance during the 10 hit kind of cycle there. Now Evade. This unit has a 50% chance to dodge any incoming stuns, so again, kind of RNG there. But if you pair her with like Denji, it's going to be pretty good. On the following attack, she will deal 5 times the damage to all enemies in range, and apply detonation to all enemies in range. So she has pretty good damage potential if you run her with a stunner, and if you actually get lucky with her passives, because they're kind of RNG. But if you upgrade her here, hopefully her range gets better. She's kind of low range right now. Yeah. Upgrade 6, she gains the attack Sword Art, which is a circle AoE. There's the animation there. And keep going. Max upgrade for 250k here, so a little bit expensive to max out. Self-destruction. Upon activation to 250 times her damage, apply detonation, and self-stun for 15 seconds. How much is that doing? If we do the math on my damage right now, so she got like 400 mil. If you do 250 times her damage, that'd be doing like, I think this might be doing like 100 bill, maybe? Maybe like a trillion? I don't know. I might be doing the math wrong on this, but it's pretty good. She's going to stun herself though, of course, and there is actually an animation for that one, so pretty cool. But that was every unit from the Summer Part 2, half of the update. So again, sorry this came out so late. I had to grind for every unit myself and get good traits and everything on them. Flame Queen took me a very long time to get on banner because for some reason they did not force the banners this time. But I don't know, hopefully some of you needed the showcase and appreciate the video. Let me know what you think about the units in the comments down below. I personally think that Flame Queen is really good as a burn buffer and for her own full AoE damage. Anyways, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you next one, and have a great day.